Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I was thinking about Colin Kaepernick and George Floyd. And as you guys know, the NFL has for a long time denied Colin Kaepernick the chance to play in the NFL. A lot of people thought it was unjust. For a long time, the NFL was able to get away with it. Now, I don't really see how the NFL can get away with acting like Kaepernick doesn't exist. I think that the George Floyd moment is going to be the catalyst that brings Kaepernick back, because from what I understand, the NFL finally admitted that they were wrong to ignore the player protests. A lot of the momentum, the political heat is in favor of supporting the protest. They're doing surveys. They're paying attention to everything. You saw Drew Brees, got lit up pretty bad for what he said. And I think that that's the direction that everything's going. I would be stunned if the NFL did not bring back Kaepernick, because now that the NFL has made a confession that, that they were wrong, I think that now they're going to go and say, people are going to start saying, well, bring Kaepernick back. And I think that they're going to bring Kaepernick back. People are into symbolism. I personally just, for intelligent black people, I encourage you to understand that that Colin Kaepernick getting a job does not change the lives of black people anywhere. It just gives you something cool to watch on TV. And I encourage you to know the difference between symbolism and substance, because if you don't, they'll feed you symbolism all day long. But to the extent that Cap deserves to play, I think he deserves to play. We always knew he deserved to play. We always knew he was good enough. We always knew he was blackballed. Now the NFL can't afford to blackball Kaepernick anymore. I think that global momentum has just shifted in that direction. And, as an advocate for black males my whole life, I've been a black man for a long time now. I like what I'm seeing. I think that the big challenge you got to really sort of be cautious about is, what are you asking for? You've got all these white allies now, and people are starting foundations. Michael Jordan gave $100 million. All these corporations are making donations. I encourage you to be careful about not letting the black man become the new black baby. White people started adopting black babies because they feel sorry for the little black kids in Africa. They adopt these kids and they screw them up, or they, decide they want to save animals and they start getting all caught up in what the animals are doing. I think that it's going to be one of those causes where you may be getting more than what you signed up for. When people are taking care of you, when people see you as a charity case, they don't see you as an equal. White guilt cannot build black power. I said this before. I'm going to say it 1,000 times. White guilt cannot build black power. Only black power can build black power. So while I think it's great that there are all these allies, that seem to care something about what's going on with the black male in the criminal justice system, then I encourage us to go deeper and be clear about what we demand. Number one, if you want to know what I demand, number one, you got about 100,000 George Floyds in prison right now who were locked up under the Biden-Clinton Holocaust in the 1990s when they decided to incarcerate as many black men as possible. Many of those men are still alive. They should be released. Number two, I think black men need to have businesses. We need to own businesses and create our own jobs. If white people are just offering you a bunch of jobs, they're offering you a higher paid form of slavery. So you decide if that's what you want. That's not what interests me. Education. I saw that Michael Jordan is going to give $100 million over 10 years to foundations that promote access to education. Well, guess what? There are independent black-owned schools like Freedom Home Academy International in Chicago that are educating black children at a very high level that are severely underfunded. So how about we go and write a $10 million check right now to Freedom Home Academy International, a school that is educating black boys and black girls at a level that exceeds any school I've ever been to in my life. Why not give them what they need so they can do what they do? Instead, if you're not careful, charity becomes a mechanism through which people learn how to control you. So if you want to be controlled, just stay on that white man's nipple and watch what happens. You'll never be a man if you're on another man's nipple. So I'm about to go, guys. Except men got nipples, but you'll be on something else besides the nipple, and y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say it because I'm not trying to cuss, but you know what I'm talking about. So be a man. Never forget that. Don't let charity take away your manhood. Never let charity take away your sovereignty. Never believe that white guilt is going to be a replacement for black power, or you're going to end up sorely disappointed like you were for the last 50 years. That's it. I'm out. Have a good day. Hit the thumbs up button. Talk to you later. Peace.